An eerie silence envelops this abandoned village along the San Juan River in western Colombia. Its people displaced by violence of armed groups fighting for control of this territory. Gloria Murillo has returned after she was forced to flee in December. Most of her family possessions are gone, and she's overwhelmed by emotions.
The more we speak up, the more we denounce, the more we're left alone, until we're disappeared. I only wish I could be in my house, resting with my children, even if it isn't much.
Murillo is part of a unique peace caravan traveling with members of the government peace negotiating team and its sworn enemies, the National Liberation Army Rebel Group, or ELN. They're drafting a plan to help bring urgent humanitarian relief to this and other communities affected by fighting.
We
want to reach a substantial agreement with solutions for the communities. We are here to hear your concerns and proposals, including any criticisms you might have against the ELN. We're here to hear them.
The United Nations, civil society organizations, and international observers are also part of the journey. The San Juan runs deep in the Colombian jungles close to the Pacific Ocean. It's a lawless territory rife with drug routes and illegal gold mines. There are no roads, nor any sizable state presence, no basic sanitation or health services. During the last couple of years, renewed clashes between the ELN, the army, and other armed groups fighting to control this territory have forced hundreds to flee and others to remain confined in their villages. In this indigenous community, a paramilitary group imposed a curfew, and landmines surrounding the village mean they can't move, hunt or grow food anymore.
The confinement harms our food safety. We can't harvest freely anymore, nor go to the fields. The insecurity means we never know what can happen at any time.
Gustavo Petro, Colombia's first leftist president, has promised to change all this, bringing to an end 6 decades of conflict with his ambitious total peace plans, trying to negotiate deals with all criminal groups. The leader of the government delegation hopes the caravan can be a first step in this direction.
The
government and its institutions on one side and the ELN on the other need to build the conditions for people to return and remain in their territories. It's a partial measure, an emergency measure, which doesn't mean we will not address more structural needs, but this is a necessary step to try and address this tragedy.
But many like Gloria say they heard it all before.
We want to believe that this government will do things differently, not only say it wants peace, but be able to construct it, because one thing is desiring peace, another is making it happen.
The caravan will turn their findings into a report they will present to peace negotiators in February in Mexico, who will then devise a plan to implement immediately, hopefully bringing some relief to those who for too long have only known abandonment and neglect. Alessandro Rampietti, Al Jazeera, along the San Juan River.